up entering play. They come in after a loss last time out, but they've still been in good form. Winners of 6 of their last 8. Meanwhile, for the visiting Colts, they've gone a full half season since their last loss. Winners of 8 in a row.
And you don't get on win streaks like this without your defense playing a big role. They've created quite an identity, and I know they want and expect this streak to get to 9.
And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And we get a glance here at their leader, the man who will be calling the plays under center.
It was fun getting ready for this game, wasn't it? Because normally we talk to the coaches and the players. I think you and I asked to talk to the trainer to see how his arm is going to be.
A lot of ice after last week.
After last week's game, boy, what a performance that was. And you know who else is having fun? Receivers. Because they get a chance to do what they do best, which is go out and catch the ball.
Yeah, and that last week effort, he threw for well over 400 yards. Come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, he's going to take a shot right. And this will be caught at the 30. And now to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Zach Pascal, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Colts are going to take a first-quarter lead. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And according to Next Gen Stats, his top speed on that one, better than 20 miles an hour. And this is good to make it 7-0 Indy. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt.
Dan Bailey set to kick off.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Ryan Switzer on the return. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Steeler offense set to go to work, and once again at the helm, their longtime starter, that's Ben Roethlisberger.
And the tendency for most of these guys is to want to match things right away, because they have a lot of confidence in their talent too. They just saw a big strike against their team, and you know they're thinking to themselves, I can get this back right now on one play. Well, if it's there, you take it, but otherwise, just go ahead and calm your team down. Run the offense, get things going, and see how things settle in.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. Out of the gun, he'll throw. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. They got 29 yards that time.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. 2 plays, 2 catches. You have a feeling they're going to look for him early and often, and that's to be expected. You got a player of his caliber, why not?
And I think it's also a message from them to the defense that you're not going to dictate to us what we're going to do with one of our better players, because so often you hear about defenses saying we're going to take away what you do best. In this case, they're going to move him around, find proper matchups, and make sure they continue to funnel the ball to him.
Throwing on second down. Roethlisberger now been hit, and he lost the football. It's loose.
Roethlisberger is sacked. A fumble on the play.
Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
Nice job understanding the situation. 3rd and long, kept the play in front of them and made the tackle. They gave up a good chunk of yardage, but it does force a 4th down.
Boswell's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
Steelers 3.
So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the year.
Yeah, I like the observation there, because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things, because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
Now this offense ready to head back out there. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance, as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
Hey, you're impressed, aren't you?
I am impressed. That means 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
That does.
But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games. Look, everyone talks about every game's important. When you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadruple. And that's where we are right now, to see who can make their last run, their last push.
That's caught at the 25. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. In today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield.
And that's how you start a drive, because you know they have this play in their back pocket, waiting for the right time to unleash it. And boy, did they pick the right opportunity. Unleashed it big time, and that was also a big-time throw.
And the final number of the next-gen stats, that ball traveling a full 59 yards through the air. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. He'll look to throw. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Zach Pascal, touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Colts are able to grow their lead. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
This one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2.
Dan Bailey set to kick off.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Here comes Ryan Switzer to return it. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Switzer on the return. The Steelers take over 1st and 10. at their own 20.
So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal, field goal, field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position there.
Now Ben hit, and he lost the football. It's loose, and the Colts pick it up. And he will bring it back to about the 11-yard line. The defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing, take care of the football.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. They'll get it on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up third.
Brings up third down.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. Escape, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Defensively, didn't seem like anybody had eyes on the quarterback, and he took advantage.
So you think that maybe we're seeing some pretty good instincts for a young guy? Because that's the thing you worry about. Coming out of college, you're used to getting away with just about anything you want to do. You're just superior. Here, he has to read it, figure it out, and know when it's time to go.
Here's Bailey now for the extra point. And it's 21-3. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run.
Dan Bailey set to kick off.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Switzer now to return. And a penalty marker's down on the field. And they might be backing up a bit here to start the drive. Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. But that field position after the return wasn't terrific. It's not a great starting field position as well.
Now Ben going to give this one to Connor. And he'll push forward for about 4 up to the 23. The numbers there for Connor in last week's game. 14 carries, 60 yards.
Well, we know they've clinched a playoff spot, but there's plenty of football left to play. And I'm a proponent of continuing to do what you've done throughout the season, especially with teams that are heavy run teams. Because if you throttle back too early, you lose the rhythm of the run game, not just with the runner, but with the offensive line as well.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
They'll throw on 1st down with Roethlisberger. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 21-3 is your score after 1. Now Roethlisberger on 1st down. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Justin Houston in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the 1st down sack. Roethlisberger trying for Washington, but the pass intercepted. Picked off by Darius Leonard, the linebacker. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. There goes a deep ball, end zone, and nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, third down. He'll let this go for the end zone. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jack Doyle, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Colts add on to their lead.
And remember, partner, that's a rookie quarterback back there. Apparently, he's getting the hang of this NFL thing pretty quickly.
Had 3 touchdown passes. You're right, he looks comfortable. What are they doing? Anything in particular?
Well, they keep talking about making sure they're giving him plays that fit his talents and also maybe shrinking the playbook a little bit. They did tell us that. Bottom line, he's really good.
Extra point try by Bailey. And it's no good. Oh, he misses the extra point, and our score stays right where it is.
Dan Bailey set to kick off.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
So with the Steeler offense on their way out, let's take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And the division title, that's out of reach. We know that. This is as good a spot, Charles, as they're going to get. That first wild card and the number 5 overall seed.
Partner's not out of the question, especially with the 7 seeds that they have now in the playoffs. If you do win and the other wild card teams win in the first round, you could find yourself with a home game in the divisional round. Now, we know that's not likely, but it's not out of the question. Bottom line, you have to win to put yourself in that position. When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Roethlisberger on target to Washington. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 yards there and a first down.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Roethlisberger will hand to Connor. 11 yards there, first down.
A good carry and a first down by James Conner, and this Pittsburgh team is really hoping he's back in form because last year the entire Pittsburgh offense suffered without Ben Roethlisberger at quarterback. James Conner.
The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. DeForest Buckner. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. On third down, Roethlisberger. And this is going to be incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on third down. Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Barry on to punt as he gets this one away. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. The Colts set to take over here offensively. Their passing game has certainly been buoyed by some unbelievable catches.
I love that word because if you're the quarterback, if you're the guy throwing it, buoyed would be the word, wouldn't it? Because right now I think his confidence level is so high, I just throw it out there. They will go get it, and we're seeing some fantastic catches and some great plays as a result.
Position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance, if they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing. It puts them in that.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. He's at the 40, and all the way down to the 35.
I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run on the open field, but if there were, he silenced those thoughts there.
So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Zach Pascal with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And this offense continues to pour it on. Little loft on that touchdown pass and sort of dropped it in the breadbasket perfectly.
Right in the bucket. And when you're coming out of college and you're a rookie in the NFL, sometimes you forget about the different types of throws you have to make. You just rely on your fastball and throw it as hard as you can all the time. But in this situation, he understood and threw it in a spot where only his receiver was going to get it and no one else. That was pretty.
Extra point up and good by Bailey. And the route is on here in this first half.
Dan Bailey set to kick off.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
This will make it into the end zone, and he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense.
And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something.
Now been hit, and he lost the football. It's loose. And I believe the Colts have recovered. Yes, they have. Some guys just have a knack for creating turnovers. He's got a little bit of that going. He forced a fumble last week, another one there.
And it just drives teams crazy because they realize that certain guys, as you said, have that knack, and they're trying to keep them away from the action, away from the ball. But the best ones have that overwhelming desire, that overwhelming need to get to the football and make it happen, and that he does.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Solid catch there for a man who's been so brilliant this year. Worth pointing out, as we were talking about earlier, there has never in the 60-year history of the award been a pass catcher, tight end, or wide receiver that has taken home the MVP trophy.
And the best receivers I've talked to.
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Zach Pascal on his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
And the route is on here in this first half. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone.
Dan Bailey set to kick off.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
First and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Well, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. He'll get that one complete to Connor. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And he'll be brought down by the Colts.
Well, the number 1 mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. The weather might be cold, but the playoff races are heating up here on this final Sunday before Christmas. So let's get to it. We'll get started out in Texas, NRG Stadium in Houston. And it's the Bengals who have the lead at the half. Joe Mixon, a touchdown run in that first half. From there, we head up to the Motor City to check in on the Lions at home at Ford Field. And you can see they trail in that matchup against the Tampa Bay Bucks. Tom Brady, sharp as ever. He's got 2 touchdown passes. Lastly, let's get out to Jacksonville. See what's happening with the Jaguars at TIAA Bank Field. And they've got the lead over the visiting Chicago Bears. D.D. Westbrook, a touchdown reception. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
The Steelers going to get the football first here, trailing on the scoreboard as we are back underway on EA Sports. This will make it into the end zone, and he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. We focus our attention now on the quarterback, Ben Roethlisberger. And this is, unfortunately for him, a montage he's probably not going to want to keep here for his files.
And I'm not so sure that he would describe it as a spotlight, although it is beating down on him pretty well, as is the rush. He's been hit, harassed, uncomfortable. It's been a really, really tough day for him.
Been sacked 6 times. See all that pressure coming from all angles. On first down, it's Roethlisberger. He gets it left side to Johnson. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
There's a nice pickup right there. And after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. To the right side to Eric Ebron. That catch good for only a couple. And for Eric Ebron, the Steelers, his 3rd team in 4 seasons. Started in Detroit and then played 2 years with these Indianapolis Colts, even making the Pro Bowl in 2018, following a season which saw him catch 13 touchdown passes. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
And 2.
They'll try and run for it with Connor. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
Here's Jordan Berry now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the 2nd half. And last time out, another touchdown. And I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport. The roads will be fairly clear by the time we have to leave the booth.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 35. And he makes it all the way down to the 31.
The dynamic duo is doing damage in this one. And they've certainly been on point throughout. And they hook up again for another big play.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Zach Pascal, his 25th touchdown, tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season. And this offense is running away with this one. And that touchdown reception is the 5th for him in this game, and that ties the NFL record.
And a record that's held up since 1950. This is another person that's tied it, but think about this. Bob Shaw said it in 1950. Kellen Winslow came along and tied it. And then, of course, Jerry Rice tied it as well. And finally, we're seeing it here one more time. Phenomenal.
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The quick strike ability certainly intact there. 2 plays, 80 yards to score it.
Dan Bailey set to kick off.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
This will make it into the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now...
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Picked off by Anthony Walker, and they will take over at the 26-yard line.
I'm not sure, Brandon, we've seen a sloppier played game this year for a team on offense. Turn it over 4 times and expect to win? No chance whatsoever. And look, I have no idea what the ratio is about turning over 4 times and how that correlates to winning or losing. But I'll guarantee you, it's not very good.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
A 2nd and 10 forthcoming here. 3rd quarter action in the Steel City of Pittsburgh, PA.
Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Going to throw deep for the end zone. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Zach Pascal, his 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season. And the Colts use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And that, boys and girls, is an NFL record 6th touchdown reception. The record has stood since 1950. What a game.
How about that? Because so many things have to go right in order for it to happen. Not just him catching the passes, someone delivering it accurately, offensive line giving him time to throw the ball. A true team record, but he stands above it because he was on the receiving end of so many great plays.
Dan Bailey set to kick off.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
Steelers take over 1st and 10. At their own 21-yard line.
Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense.
They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at that time, actually.
I mean, you think he might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. Got an open man. It's Washington. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Now Roethlisberger. Now been hit, and he lost the football. It's loose, and the Colts pick it up. And they'll have a short field to work with inside the 15 at the 13-yard line.
Brandon, that's the 3rd time he's fumbled so far in this game. And, you know, you can make excuses for each and every one of them, but the bottom line is he's got to take care of it better. And now that he's shown a propensity for fumbling it, just think about what the defenders are trying to do.
Yeah, well, guys hate 1 fumble, 2's, oh, my goodness, 3 or more. Wow.
Just doesn't make any sense, does it?
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And
this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. His big game continues. 10 catches now and another first down. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Zach Pascal with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the 3rd most in a single year. And the Colts use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Bailey now for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it culminates in an Indianapolis touchdown.
Dan Bailey set to kick off.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10.
Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at the 20. And from the shotgun, he'll throw. And Big Ben intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Rock Ya-Sin. And he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Zach Pascal with his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Sean Alexander for the 2nd most in a single year. And the Colts use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Now Bailey to tack on the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
And they'll run the option to start the drive.
No gain on the play there. It'll be 2nd down.
Right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Out of the shotgun, they'll run with Conner. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 11 yards there, 1st down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. In this defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Ben hit, and he lost the football. It's loose. And I believe the Colts have recovered. Yes, they have. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
To throw here on 1st down. A good throw here, finding Pascal. That catch good for only a couple.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 37-yard line.
One quarter remains here in Week 16. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this.
Eluding the pressure right. He'll try and run it. The 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
As a rookie quarterback, that's exactly how you endear yourself to your teammates. Give it up for the cause. It's also how you end up on the training table, too.
Yeah, it's a catch-22. Coach doesn't like it. Teammates love it. Where do you fall on it?
Well, I fall on wanting to endear yourself to your teammates, but pick your spots. Be smart about it. They need you for the full season.
Yeah, the rookie's going to learn as he goes. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro safety, Minka Fitzpatrick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
So out now comes the offense back onto the field. And you can see they're in 2nd place in the division, but they have clinched postseason football. That's the important thing. They currently have the best record among the wild card contenders, but they want to make sure they finish this season strong.
And isn't that the case each and every year about one division that ends up being the top-loaded division? And unfortunately this year, it's theirs. But you could spin it and say, hey, they've been tested, and they've beaten a lot of good teams already. They will be prepared for the playoffs.
A bit of an opening there on the 1st down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this 2nd down call after that type of a gain.
The 9-yard line.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Now it's Roethlisberger. He'll get this to Connor underneath. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the 1st down, and that's exactly what he did.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. To throw here, Roethlisberger. Screen pass to Connor. Oh, Connor loses it. And the Colts pick it up. And they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Personal foul, roughing the passer defense.
Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty as a result of that hit there.
Now Ben hit, and he lost the football. It's loose, and the Colts pick it up. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. The Colts getting another possession here on offense. And they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable 4th quarter lead as they take over following the fumble recovery. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Dancing to his left. He's going to take off with it. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. How about that? Their quarterback. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Colts use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. So an electrifying run there as he calls his own number and takes it all the way.
Brings a new dynamic to this offense, doesn't he? And right now I'm picturing the offensive coordinator, the head coach in their minds. drawing up some more running plays for this guy because he brings some excitement to this offense.
And just a young rookie, a lot of electricity yet to come in this career. Bailey got the extra point, and the lead will swell by one more.
Dan Bailey set to kick off.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Switzer now to return. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10. At their own 27-yard line.
And now out come the Steelers. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them.
And now a fumble. The ball's out, and the Colts pick it up. And the return will stop right around the 25. And I don't know that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help him improve.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. He's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Zach Pascal with touchdown number 29, too short of LaDainian Tomlinson's all-time record 31. And the Colts use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Here's Bailey now for the extra point. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the 2nd extra point he's missed so far.
Dan Bailey set to kick off.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Switzer now to return. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10. At their own 24-yard line.
The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of...
Oh, Connor loses it. And the Colts pick it up. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Michael Pittman, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Colts use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. As that lead just swells and swells. Look, this has been dominance in all 3 phases, offense, defense, and special teams.
So don't we have to give a lot of credit, not just to what we've seen today, but the preparation in advance, coaching staff, commitment by the players to the game plan, and being ready to go in this one? You're exactly right. Clean sweep. And, boy, they're going to celebrate this one after it's over.
And on the other side, this is the game film you just flush and never go back and review. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Switzer now to return. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
At their own 22-yard line.
Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
Roethlisberger going to get this one to Connor. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll make this a second down.
All defense is worried that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people.
Johnson on, poke free, football's out, and the Colts pick it up. And he's got some space here.
Roethlisberger's pass complete.
A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing that danger lurks while you're doing so. And there's your end result right there.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Flushed out right. He's going to take off with it. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Going for it all. And that is incomplete.
After what they've faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
Letting one go deep for the end zone. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. He's going to launch it for Washington. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Malik Hooker. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to take another shot here. And he floats one there, incomplete. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. He may try and run for this. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Flush to his right. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Steven Nelson able to get a hand in coverage. Buying time to his left. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Well, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
They've been trying and trying, but they haven't sacked him yet. He's been able to get away and make plays. Tried to make another one downfield right there, but to no avail. They'll have to keep up the pursuit, though, and not let him get high.
He's going to let this go end zone for Hilton. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop.
So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear people protest out of them. That's just who they are.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. Nothing at all on that one. It'll be 2nd down. They couldn't get anything going there out of the right side of the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Roethlisberger. He's got this complete to Ryan Switzer. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. That's complete to his running back, Connor. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
At the 45-yard line.
Now Roethlisberger on 1st down. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver that time. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. Finn to throw again. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. A big offense.